afternoon, sir. Welcome to CaFae Latte. Our special today is the Arcane Rush, my own concoction of Red Bull plus Eldritch Blood mixed together and run through the coffee maker full of dark roast. It tastes awful, but you'll stay awake for a week. Son, I think that'd give me a heart attack on the spot. Yeah, probably. Is your manager in? I've got a delivery here for her. Yeah, she's around. Let me duck out and find her. You take your time. I've got nowhere to be. Cyrus, I can get her. You've got another customer coming in. JC, you're awesome. You, what can I get for you? You need to leave. But my shift isn't over for another 3 hours? No, I mean you have to leave this neighborhood. You fairies, you're all bad luck. Everything was great before you got here. Literally all of history and magical fairy would prove you wrong. Fairies aren't inherently bad luck. We have to actively curse someone for that to happen. And we have to, actually be trained and be good at magic for that to happen. So unless the boss did that, she must have! Because my life and this whole country have been a train wreck since you got here. Go back to your pixie world, kid. We've been in this country since 1846. Boy. Oh, you sleazy son of a... Hey, that is enough, son. Now what exactly makes you think that these folks have done anything to cause you or the whole damn nation to fall apart? I got demoted at work and my wife left me. And how is that their fault? It obviously is. My wife never would have caught me cheating unless they used that bad luck magic. Dude, cheaters always get caught, no matter how smart or sneaky they are about it. I'm a dumb, inexperienced ace. And I know that much. And how was I supposed to know that my boss was in the group chat when I said he was a prick? Clearly bad luck magic. Son, even at my age, I know better than to put any of that kind of thing in a computer. Your rotten luck is your own damn fault. Now get out of here before we really give you something to cry about. Go. You? You can't do anything, geezer. You want a bet? Bet. Bet, 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 bet. No, I do not. Honestly, I know you could probably handle that, but Jesus H. Christ, that level of irresponsibility, it just grinds my bones. Nah, I get it. Appreciate the backup, though. What is going on out here? Nothing, boss, just taking out the trash. You've got a delivery. Miss Bob, was it? My wife sent me to give you some payment, something about a fairy blessing. Oh, you're the yarn shop owner's husband, aren't you? Air Force firefighter? Retired. Really? It's not my fault the volunteer fire department was looking for recruits on the day that I happened to walk in. Cyrus, this must be yours, just in time for summer. Hey, true fashion has no season. No, this is a proper summer scarf. Look at that. It's so shiny and sparkly. Oh, I get two? No, I can wear this as a scarf or as a headband. Versatile. I like it. She lacks providing options. Well, she is very skilled. This must be the shawl. And you, sir, are officially blessed with 7 years of good luck and safety. Much appreciated, ma'am. Now, may I also be blessed with a medium coffee, a regular one, with none of that heart attack formula your young man was talking about? Boo! Cyrus, even I can't bless you with good taste. You get a protector discount, sir. $2.80. I'm so hungry. You are such a baby. You skip one meal and suddenly it's the end of the world. You're the one who threw out my lunch. Your sandwich had more mold than bread. I didn't realize it'd gotten that bad. You were literally mid-bite when I caught you. Cyrus, Jennifer Charles is absolutely right. We only have a couple more hours to go. An eternity. I can run out and get something if you want. Yes! Hold on. No! I have a better idea. Wolver's Net, how can I help you? Hey, how's my favorite fairy lass? What's this lass nonsense? You're only a century older than I am. And don't you forget it. What happened to your accent, Mr. Scotsman? I've been stateside for too long. Yeah, or we're terrible at Scottish accents. They keep slipping into something southern. You never call unless you want to trade, and I can hear your lad's gut growling from here. Given our prices, would you accept 6 drinks of choice for 3 meals? Make it 4. I'll pay for Nicole's. 8 drinks for 4 meals. Ugh, I have 9 pups running my floor and kitchens, and the lad that delivers, he's taking his college entrance exams next week. Poor laddie's stress sweating everywhere. If you want 9 drinks and a good luck spell, then those meals better include sides and desserts. Done. What are you having? Everyone give me your order. It's the Wolver's Net seafood spot. Cool. What's a Wolver? You have always put 4 shots of chocolate in the mocha. Why are you charging me extra? Ma'am, we have never done that. It's 1 shot in a small, 2 for medium, 3 for a large. Any more than that requires an extra charge. I have been coming here for years. That's never been the case. If anyone did give you 4 shots without charging you extra, then they made a mistake. This has always been our policy and the way we do it. Well, you're wrong. You need to put in 4 shots of chocolate, no extra charge, or I'm getting the police involved. Well, that escalated quickly. What on earth makes you think that law enforcement has any say over this? Because the customer is always right. What? Oh, are you not used to dealing with someone who knows their rights? The customer is always right. And since I'm the customer and I say that 4 shots of chocolate go into my medium without charge, then you have to serve it that way, or you're breaking the law. That is astounding. Wow. Wow. You broke the boss. That is incredible. Well, she should know better than to disagree with me. I mean, it takes a lot of stupidity and or chaos to do that. Usually I'm the only one who can pull it off. What? Excuse you? Ma'am, the full saying, coined in the early 20th century, is, "The customer is always right in matters of taste." It is a slogan that was never passed into law. If you get the police here, they will laugh at you. Well, we'll see about that. All right, then. Now set aside your evidence on the counter here. Next. What's a cop doing here? The entitled Karen he's talking to called them because we broke the law of the customer is always right. You're kidding. Nope. Boss is mostly just letting her dig her own grave. She doesn't really like cops all that much. Oh, has she been arrested too? Oh yeah, both of us. At least 100 times each. The 50s, 60s, and 70s especially saw us behind bars. We were at the county jail for protests practically every weekend. Why are you only telling me this now? We could have bonded over this. And you see that one? That man? Yeah, he called me a Karen. That is hate speech. I was wondering when she was going to bring me into this. Ma'am, this law that you keep referencing, it doesn't exist, alright? And calling someone a Karen, while rude, is not considered a hate crime. Is this all you called me here for? What are you talking about? Of course it's a law, and calling someone a Karen is racist. No, that's just holding you accountable for your entitled behavior. See? The disrespect. You should arrest her. Even if she was being rude, I can't arrest her for that. So far, the only person who's broken the law is you for filing a false police report. Unless you have an actual crime to report, I'll have to ask you to leave. Just as rude as they are. I know your name and badge number. You will be hearing from me. She didn't even take the mocha she was making such a fuss over. Did you want something to drink, officer? Yeah, some halfway decent coffee would be a dream. Light roast, medium. $4. Don't you have a first responders discount? Protector of the realm. Yes. That is not extended to police. Why not? Because, from what I've seen, the American police institution does very little to actually protect or look after its citizens. Most of the time, it's used as a tool for oppression. Did you want room for cream and sugar? No, I take it back. Where on earth did you hear that? We put our lives on the line to protect people. From Karens who failed their civics class? Sir, I came to this country when slavery was still practiced in half the states. I hid people fleeing north in cellars and attics from men with badges trying to sell them back into tortured labor. I was there when those very same former slave catchers were immediately hired as police officers and used to terrify and brutalize the newly freed black citizens into the Jim Crow era. I saw the KKK form and its members be elected to sheriff and sergeant all over the country. I saw men holding badges that say protect and serve use that authority to arrest and lynch people for drinking out of the wrong water fountain. And today, I see the next generation continue to oppress, wrongfully arrest, wrongfully convict, and murder people of color. And that's just the racism. Would you like me to switch over to what that badge you wear has done to the queer community? Or poor people in general? You think I'm, what, a racist just because I'm a police officer? I don't know enough about you personally to make such a call. But I do know that the institution you work for is rotten to the core and needs serious reform at minimum, but ideally a total takedown and rebuilding effort before I can consider you a genuine protector of the realm. And that is why your coffee is $4. Every institution has its problems, lady. You think the military doesn't? Oh, it absolutely does. But their sins do not excuse your own. And at least they don't fire upon their own civilians they're sworn to protect in the name of law and order. Here's your $4. Maybe I should have arrested you. Many have. For far less. And yet, here I am. So, has prison food always been that bad? Oh my god, yes. It always tastes like leather. Like leather! Leathery meat held together with glue. Exactly. Excuse me. I need your chair. There are 3 other chairs available. I want this one. It's cushioned and it looks more comfortable. I'm using it. Too bad. Can't you see I'm pregnant? I didn't want to assume. Are you calling me fat? What? Ma'am, that's one of my guests that you're disturbing. We have plenty of other seats for you to choose from. I don't want to sit in one of your shitty wooden chairs. I want this one. Oh, I pity your child. The restaurant down the street has some booths. They're very comfortable. Oh my god, you're all so rude. Hi, excuse me? I'm so sorry, but there are no other chairs available and my ankles are the size of melons. Do you mind if I just perch on the windowsill here for a couple of minutes? Oh, you can take my seat. Oh, no, I didn't want you to move. I'm leaving anyway. My partner's going on break. We're gonna go make out in the parking lot. Oh, you go have fun. Go get it. And that'll be $8. I've got a military ID in here for that discount. Oh, excellent. What branch did you serve? Yes, I served, not my husband. Sorry, the last 3 places I did this, and they all assumed it was my husband who's the veteran, not me. Even though that ID very clearly came from my wallet and purse, and has my picture. Ah, ye old sexism. I know. And don't get me wrong, my husband, he is a badass. He's a prosecuting attorney specializing in domestic and sexual violence. But he would not last a day in boot camp. And it was 3 branches over 20 years, Army, Marines, and Navy. Well, I'm sorry you had to deal with that, ma'am. And with the sexism. We at the Air Force certainly appreciate your branches making us all look good and competent. I'll go fly in a ditch. Yeah, and neither of you could find your way out of a tunnel or even a dark room with a map and a flashlight. What'd you say? I couldn't hear you all the way down there. Must have been a fly. Ha, ha. You humans always say that. But who do you call when you need to fetch a terrorist out of a hole? Us, as consultants. Every nation, in every realm. I do believe my wife mentioned that you served, Miss Bob. I did. The fairy kingdoms have slightly different branches, though. The army is the land troops, obviously, bulk of the force. We also have a marine corps, but it's more literally marine. Think your U.S. Navy plus U.S. Marines, mostly populated by mermaids and other aquatic fae. Mermaid Marines? Fucking awesome. We also have the underground corps, dwarves, goblins, gnomes, all that jazz. The winged corps is the winged fairies, think Air Force, but without the need for planes and jets. we don't talk about the Shadow Corps since they're essentially all state-sponsored assassins. Well, yeah, but we get the job done. What was that? Nothing. And finally, there's the Magic Corps, the Sorcerers, and that's where I enlisted. Well, that makes sense. For how long? At what rank? If you don't mind me asking. Well, the tradition was to have the royal family serve as the lowest possible officer to learn the ropes, second lieutenant, and that was about 100 years. Then I got promoted and was able to climb the ranks relatively quickly over the course of 3,000 years, thanks to war creating some openings and my own skill. My last millennium of service was Royal General of the entire Corps. But were you a Marine, though? I never formally enlisted in the United States military after coming here, so I suppose you'd categorize me as a mercenary during the Civil War, World War I, World War II, and a bit of the Cold War. But only for those major conflicts. I had a ward to educate and put through college, after all. Not to mention a cafe to purchase. Here's your order. Next. And here is your caffeinated abomination. That'll be $6.40 with your Protector of the Realm discount. Shit! I left my wallet at home. Screw it. I'll go without. Thanks anyway. No way, darling. You're wearing scrubs and Miss Bob called you a protector. You're a doctor? ER nurse. But it's totally fine. Of course it is, but it'd be better with some proper pep in your step. Put her drink on our tab, would you, Bob, darling? Of course. And what are you getting? The usual. You, baby? A large dark roast all the way to the top because you take it black. Coming right up. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I was a firefighter in the Air Force for 40 years, and I'm now a first responder for the volunteer department in town. Working a shift without your coffee is just absolutely miserable. Yeah, and ma'am, if they hadn't said anything, I would have. I'm a surgeon down at Granite Springs Hospital. I think I've met you. We had to call you in because we had a car crash? Yeah, it was a car crash involving a goblin, and we figured that we'd get an expert on subterranean species to help us piece them back together. About the Methodist one, yeah, that was a fun 19-hour surgery. Oh, I hate car crashes. At least the lightly drunken or stupid accidents have idiots that we can laugh at, so long as they're not dead, of course. Oh, did you bring in the guy who had burns from running into his house while it was on fire to save not his family or his pets, but his Yu-Gi-Mon or Pokemon or whatever stuffed animals or whatever the hell? Yeah, gave him an earful all the way to the hospital. I read about that in the news. Apparently, he had stuffed a ton of cash in those stuffed animals. It was like his life savings or whatever. Well, that at least makes sense. At my hospital, we have an entire wall of fame for the stupidest and most gruesome accidents. No names or pictures, obviously. Just one-sentence stories on Post-it notes on the corkboard. You can't say that and not tell us what number 1 is. Drunken frat party. There was a pool. Pool was surrounded by one of those old-fashioned iron gates with the spikes on top. Oh, Lord. And someone dared the patient to jump from the roof of the frat house into the pool. He didn't quite make it. Yikes. And here are your drinks. Thank you, darling. Cyrus, are you alright? Yeah, just, listening to the medical geeks over there. What? That iron spike patient. Was that at the local grad school about 3 years ago now? In my defense, I honestly thought he could make it. And also I'd had like 2 bottles of tequila in my system, which probably skewed the whole judgment part of my brain. That sounds like something I'd do when I was young and dumb. How are you not in my ER? I'm a fairy. Yeah, one thing that I learned in grad school the hard way is that you never want to get into a drinking contest with a fairy, a dwarf, or a vampire. They can and they will drink entire armies under the table. Yeah, but don't worry, I called the boss in a panic, and one spell later, wouldn't you know it, my buddy's insurance paid for the whole thing. Lucky, huh? Bob, do you want a job at my hospital? Absolutely not. Do you know how much energy it took to magically rig the entire American healthcare system? I slept for 20 hours straight. Here are your coffees. Next.